From Algestion of Technology and Engineering. Today's session, we're going to discuss about subject called automobile component design. In this today's video, we're going to discuss about topic called ergonomics. So let's discuss about what is ergonomics and human consideration in our design. This ergonomics is mainly about combination and interaction between man and human. So this area mainly deal with how man and machine combinedly behave when it comes to handling the machine and when it comes to handling ergonomics. So let's get into the topic. Okay. So here the definition of ergonomics. It is a study of man, machine, and the working environment or relationship between man and machine. Here you can see two examples. In one example, we can see that it is incorrect design, which is not perfectly designed according to human anatomy. Apart of that, the design beside it, it is mainly related to human anatomy, and you can say that it is well adapted to human body and anatomy. So ultimately, ergonomics is mainly about how man and machine combinedly behave. So while designing a component, we have to understand this human body, human anatomy. At the same time, we have to adapt it to different criteria while designing this kind of machine element or a human interactive devices. Okay, so each and every machine, from smallest screwdriver to a drone to everything directly or indirectly related to human. So ultimately, when we are designing a machine, we have to consider where and which portion of the machine is connected to human. So here we can see that this is the interactive loop of man and machine, where we can see that the corrective action or input action is given by a human to a machine. Machine will process this command and converted those command into information which is provided by a human and will be displayed in terms of some kind of an indication. This indication, whether it is right or wrong, could be decided by a man, or you can decide it by the performance. So if it is different from what the command is provided, then you need to look into the problem which is regarding to this machine. It could create any kind of problem, whether it is a problem of a function of that machine, or whether it is a problem of a functioning or input devices. So we have to diagnose the malfunction of the machine depending on this display. Like if I am considering an automobile four-wheeler, where I am putting some accelerator which is around 60, depending on my experience. If it is not showing that much amount of output, even at display, even at its performance, then I can we can say that the machine or your automobile is having some kind of problem in it. So while designing this kind of machine, we should concern about this type of things. Clear? So let's move on to how we are going to design this proper display and proper interactive device to give proper input to this machine, as well as to get proper output from our display. So let's move into this. The first thing, we have to design a component or a machine which is better in visualization. Means when you are dealing with a display, the display should be done or designed in a such a way that it could provide us ample amount of visualization, which could be provide us a proper functioning or proper working of our machine which is going on right now. Let's if I am taking an example of a four-wheel drive or car. When we are driving the car, we can see obstacles. At the same time, we have to control our we have to control our we have to control we have to control our machine by help of our controlling devices. So this is the machine which is controlled visually, as well as at the same time we have to design the display uh, which can be properly indicated, properly divided and properly provided. Clear? So this is our design of our machine. This is the design of our machine. Now let's move on to what is indicating and parameters which we are going to deal with. So before designing or before considering this design, we should know about human anatomy. This human anatomy, in which we can here see that this is the portion area which is covered, which only human can easily see. A part of that area, human eyes couldn't watch or couldn't access or process the information is coming a part of that area. So while designing any of the component or any kind of indicator, any kind of lever, any kind of controller, we should know that this lever, indicator, controller should be in that portion area. A part of that you can't see proper or objective, or it should be made sure that while controlling these devices the human fatigue should be minimum. So basic objective to understand is human anatomy, human and what could be done while minimizing the human fatigue and human effort while designing this component. Now this is the combination of visualization or a display as well as providing a command to the machine. The display provider or a message which is provided in display should be processed in such a way that we can easily control or visually provide the command regarding to that display. So the display and control should be in synchronization so that we can easily provide command depending on the message or input provided by our display. So the interference of a display as well as controlling device should be in such a way that easily we can find this kind of combination that we can control this our machine or a machine easily. So we shouldn't have any kind of fatigue or any kind of disbalanced disbalanced position. Yeah. So these were the different consideration we have taken into while designing this machine. Now, what are the different control or controlling devices that we have to use while designing this? First one, the control should be easily accessible and logically positioned, and it shouldn't be taken you or human into any kind of awkward position or awkward moment. Like if I am having an accelerator or a brake, should be in such a way that our body should be, our body can control that easily without creating any kind of fatigue as well as any kind of awkward moment. Clear? Or minimum movement should be required. The shape of the control component which comes in contact with the hand should be conformity with anatomy of human hand. In this sense, the like a steering should be designed in a such a way that it could be easily adapted to our hand. Clear? Like our accelerator and brake, they should be designed in a such a way that our leg should be exactly get into the position which we are required while applying that brake and accelerator. Clear? The proper color coding also one of the most essential part of our designing ergonomics or designing our component, because without that indication or without indicating in different color of different messages, we can't achieve that proper ergonomical design. Because if we are designing something for a same color, like some information which is very important or very cautious information, then we have to design it for some kind of, or which is require more amount of or exact amount of our reaction, then we have to design it for a different color. And if we have to show indicator which is everything is going properly or perfectly, then we have to design or put at a different color coding. So different color coding are also one of the most essential part over here. So this is the topic was also this topic was called human consideration as well as ergonomics. In GTO examination this will cover 7 marks. Clear? This particular topic I have taken it from Design of Machine Element by VB Bhandari. Once again, we have gone through this different aspect like the definition of economics, then what is the interaction between man and machine, then what is the visualization when we are dealing with this, then ultimately what is human anatomy is all about, then what is the coherency between the display as well as controlling, and ultimately what are the different factors we have to consider by designing this controlling device. I hope you got each and every point of this design of ergonomics very well. I'm ending here. Thank you. Thank you so much.